Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Happy to hear you. Tell me, please, how are you today? How was your weekend? What did you do interesting? And how is your mood and the weather in your city? Тетяна Горіна.
Good evening. My mood is good. The weather is fine, I think, because not hot and not rainy. And now we have evening, peaceful evening in Zhytomyr. I have ordinary work day. Last Wednesday, I was on duty and I was work, and it was hard for me study English last Wednesday. But now I'm home, and I hope nothing will disturb me for study English with you.
Okay, thank you very much. Олена Калініна.
Good evening. Today was an ordinary day for me. The weather is changing and breath of autumn is already felt. But this should not affect our mood and desire to learn. Thank you.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you very much. Іванка.
Good evening. My weekend was as usual, nothing interesting. In Saturday, I was on duty. I worked. On Sunday, I slept after my duty. I did my homework. I did some shopping and saw previous English lesson. Today I worked too. My working day was not very difficult. Weather in my town is good, not hot, not windy. My mood is good too.
Okay. Thank you very much. Вікторія Доній. Victoria can't answer, then Natalia Moroz.
Good evening. I'm in a good mood, but I worry about my children because our school began on the 1st of September, so we need to study homework, and I have two classes there, 6th and 2nd, and we have a lot of homework. So during our weekend, we did our homework. Sometimes we played, but now I'm ready for studying and in a good mood.
That's nice. That is really cool. Thank you very much. Sorry, just a second. Ірина Гищук.
Good evening. I'm very glad to see you again because some lessons, 2 or 3, I was absent. I had some problems with my parents and I can't visit lessons online. So I'm glad that I повернулася.
I came back.
Yeah, came back. I will try to make up with you, with your lessons. So I'm ready to study again.
Okay, thank you very much. Olena Kachanova.
Good evening. I have a good mood, maybe a 50-50, but I will say about my good part. First of all, today is my husband's birthday. He's much older than me. His name is Tadeusz. He's very interesting man. One of the most important kind of his character is persistence. Tadeusz began his life with washing motors of the car and gradually has reached the high professional level. He was the general director of the big transport company in the biggest region of Ukraine. His life difficult but successful. Life is full of extraordinary events. For example, his father was captured and died in a concentration camp in the first months of the Second World War. And Tadeusz was looking his father for 40 years. And in 2005, he went to Germany, to Winsdorf, and the Burgomaster himself met Tadeusz and handed him an urn with the earth from a fraternal burial. And then my husband gathered a big family reunion, near 48 relatives, for the ceremonial burial of his father in his native land. I know Tadeusz is my second husband. My first husband died, unfortunately, and he has many interesting events, many interesting stories, and I offered him to write an interesting book. Maybe I might be his secretary, but unfortunately I don't have enough time now for it. But maybe later I'll write this interesting life, maybe. And the second interesting event in my weekend and in my life as a neurologist was the opening the big neurosymposium, 14 neurosymposium. It's offline and online in Uzhhorod, and it will be during 4 days. And it began in the morning on Sunday, yesterday, filled with many incredible, important, interesting reports from our professors and from foreign scientists from different countries. And yesterday, it was during 9 hours. It's very interesting, but it took many time, but it's very interesting. The second part of my mood is not so pleasure. I had some sad news, but I'm sorry, I'd rather not talk about it, and I do think that it won't be interesting for you. I'm glad to listen everyone, and I'm sorry for this long stories today.
No, it's really interesting stories, especially about your husband. Yes, so my congratulations to him. I wish him to be healthy and wealthy, and of course, peaceful sky over his head. So that's the main point, I think. And to be honest, it's really interesting. So thank you, Olena.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, next one. Анастасія, Запорожець, a few words.
Yes, my mood is good. The week is just beginning and many things have already been done. There are still a lot of interesting things ahead. I'm really happy and I'm ready to study English.
Okay, thank you. Оксана Довгань.
Good evening. I'm fine. My weekend I spent at home. My working day was as usual today. The weather seems colder, like in autumn, and it's a little different now, but we will get used to it.
Okay, thank you very much. Мар'яна.
Good evening. My weekend was interesting. My family was meeting with other family friends, and we was on the beach of ocean and enjoyed a nice time. My mood is good today. I'm set for productive day and week. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Тетяна Касьяненко.
Good evening. It was ordinary weekend, weather like autumn with rain, sometimes cloudy, but not very hot, but not very cold. I think it's good.
Okay, thanks. So now let's check your homework. You need to do from 11th to 20th sentences. You need to choose between comparatives and superlatives. So let's read. Number 11. Ivanka, can you read?
Yes, it's the most beautiful beach I've ever been to. Promise never ever. The sea looks amazing.
Good, well done, very nice. Olena Kalinina.
12. Since the worst actor in the group, but he is the best singer. This.
The worst actor, but he is the best singer.
Yeah.
13. Анастасія, Запорожець.
Yes, what the nicest things anyone's ever said to you?
What is the nicest things? That's correct. That is correct sentence. Thanks. Тетяна Горіна.
Yes, personally, I think that Barcelona is the best city in the world.
Correct. Thank you. Олена Кохтюк. Okay, then Кухарчук Христина.
Which sofa is more cheaper, the blue one or the red one? I think this sofa is cheaper.
You are right.
More.
That's true. Довгаль, Оксана.
16. I think we should take this case. It's the biggest one that we have. It is correct sentences.
Perfect. Thank you. 17. Ірина Гещук.
I think, sorry, it's usually hotter here in June than it is in May. I think it's correct.
No, it's not correct. Who can find the mistake?
Maybe double T.
Double T.
Yes, double T, that's true. Hotter, double T. Mariana, 18.
Did you go to the same school as your brother?
Perfect. Thank you. 19. Тетяна Костюк. 19.
Ага, зараз. That restaurant over there fantastic. It's cheap and you can eat as much food as you like.
So, is there any mistakes? Чи є тут якісь помилки?
Зараз ще раз. Мені кажеться, що тут все-таки...
Чи є тут якась помилка, чи це правильне речення?
Мені здається, що це правильне речення.
Yes, you're right.
Правильно, так? Мені здається, що це правильно, так,
It's correct, you're right. It's correct sentence. And the last one, Наталія Мороз.
It took me ages to walk there. It was farther than I thought. I think it's correct.
You're right also. Thanks. And now, at home, you had to learn these phrases about agreeing and disagreeing. And now we will read some statements and discuss, do you agree or disagree? So let's start from the first one. Anastasia Zaporozhets, can you read and say, do you agree, disagree, and explain why? Give your reasons, please.
Yes, people who drink and drive should lose their driving lines for life, even if they didn't cause an accident. Yes, I agree, because when people drink alcohol, they
Say what?
Ну, я навіть не знаю, навіть думку не можу зараз формувати.
Because they can cause a car accident, they can kill people, yes, and it's very dangerous.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Any other opinions? В когось є ще якісь думки? No? Nobody? Okay. Then we can continue. Ivanka, the second one.
Slow drivers cause more accidents than fast drivers. I disagree with these words because slow drivers are more attentive. Yes, more attentive. And when other drivers can спричинити
Can cause
accident situation, slow drivers can уникнути цієї ситуації. Як буде
Yes. How can we say it? Avoid. We can
Avoid. Yes. Yeah. Avoid. Slow drivers can avoid this situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Next one. Irina, can you answer?
The speed cameras don't stop accidents. They just make money for the government. No, I'm not sure about that. Because when drivers saw cameras, they became more carefully, and so they low speed. Чи як скинути швидкість?
They can lower their speed.
They can lower their speed, so it stop accidents.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Tatiana Horina, next one.
Yes, driver who are over 70 are as dangerous as young driver. I don't agree. It's ageism. People over 70 may be healthy and wealthy, and if this person have a good watch, good ears, good mention, yes, думаю, нормально. If they comply with the rules, they are a very good driver. But young driver sometimes maybe don't comply the rules and may be more dangerous for other people than people over 70.
Follow the rules, yes?
Follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the rules, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Next one, Кухарчук Христина.
Cyclists in cities should only be allowed in cycle lines, not where cars and other vehicles drive.
Vehicles. H is not
Vehicles
pronounced.
drive. I agree, but it's not correct in Ukraine because all cities and town don't have cycle lines and
cycle
lines and more cyclists must drive to street and other other
roads
or other roads.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks. Next one. Anna, can you read and say, do you agree or disagree? No. So, Olena Kachanova?
It should be illegal to eat or drink when you are driving, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yes, I agree with it because there are a lot of camping or coffee near the road, and every driver can use this. But maybe sometimes driver could use, of course, drink water and maybe to eat cakes for a short time. But better, it will be better to stop and to eat and to drink as much as they want.
Okay, thank you very much. And the last one, no, not the last one, Mariana.
The minimum age for riding a motorcycle should be 25. I'm afraid I disagree, but drivers motorbike have to as a car since 16 or 18 years ago. They have to pass rule to get driver's license and to use motorbike with 60 or 80 age.
Or 18, not 80, but
18, yes.
Okay. And the last one. Last one. Тетяна Касьяненко.
The speed limit on motorways should be lower. I think 60 is enough. Now is 60 kilometers is speed limit. I think it's enough.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your answers. And now, today we'll speak about the antibiotics. So at home you watched the video about the antibiotic. Can you please give me the definition of this term and tell me please how does it work? How does antibiotic work in our organism? Oksana Doher, what can you say?
The antibiotics, these are the pills or medicines, we may say, which kill the bacteria, the infection, which can be reason of the disorder of our body.
Okay. Okay. And can we treat, can we prescribe antibiotics for all diseases or for some kind, only for some kind of disease?
Only for bacteria infections. Not for viral, for example, or another type грибкові інфекції.
А як буде грибок? Хто нагадає? Who remembers? Fungi. Fungi. Okay, so today we'll speak about the antibiotics. How do they work? Do you know some like antibiotic resistant diseases and resistant cases? and we will speak about side effects. So, Ivanka, can you read these words, please?
Antibiotic inhibit protozoan potent mold onto bactericidal streptococcus bacteriostatic topical range advised.
Bactericidal.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now let's read this text. The first paragraph is for Mariana.
Antibiotic is a chemical substance that inhibits the growth of other microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, or protozoans. The term originally referred to any agent with biological activity against living organisms. Now this term is used to refer to substances with antibacterial, antifungal, or antiparasitical activity. The effectiveness of antibiotics varies with the locale of the infection, the ability of the antibiotic to reach the site of infection, and the ability of the microbe to inactivate or excrete the antibiotic.
Okay, thank you. The next paragraph, Olena Kalinina.
Also, potent antibiotic compounds for treatment of human diseases caused by bacteria were not isolated and identified until the 20th century. The first known use of antibiotics was by the ancient Chinese over 2,500 years.
2,500
years ago. Many other ancient cultures, including the ancient Egyptians and ancient Greeks, already used mold and plants to treat infections. At that time, however, the compounds having antibiotic activity and present in molds or plants were unknown. The antibiotic properties of penicillium were first described in France by Ernest Duchesne in the 1897. However, his work went by without much notice from the scientific community until Alexander Fleming's discovery of penicillin.
Okay, thank you very much. Next paragraph. Anastasia Zaporozhets.
Antibiotics can be divided into two groups, bactericidal and bacteriostatic. Bactericidal antibiotics destroy bacteria, and bacteriostatic antibiotics prevent bacteria from multiplying. Antibiotics have been synthesized in the laboratory. They are used to treat serious bacterial infections such as pneumonia, tuberculosis, osteomyelitis, endocarditis, and many others. Each antibiotic is effective only against certain bacteria. Certain bacteria. Antibiotics don't find infection caused by viruses such as cold, flu, bronchitis, and so through unless caused by streptococci. Yes, streptococci. Streptococcus.
We have on the previous streptococcus. Streptococcus. And this one is streptococcus. Streptococcus. Okay, and the last one, last paragraph. This is for Tatiana Horina.
Yes, usually antibiotics are given by mouth, while intravenous antibiotics are used in more serious causes, such as deep-stated systemic infections. If the person has no other conditions that need treatment in the hospital, and if feeling relatively well, intravenous antibiotics may be administered at home. Antibiotics may also something be administered topically, as with eye drops or ointment. Possible side effects are varied and can range from fever and nausea to major allergic reactions. One of the more common side effects is diarrhea. Some side effects may disrupt the function of kidneys, liver, bone marrow, or other organs. Blood tests are used to monitor such adverse reactions.
Adverse reactions. Okay, thank you very much. So, Tatiana Kasyanenko, tell me please, what side effects of antibiotics do you know or are mentioned in this text?
Do you mean bactericidal and bacteriostatic effects?
No, side effects. Побічні дії.
Side effects.
Yes.
Sorry, side effects are varied and can range from fever and nausea to major allergic reactions. One of the common side effects is diarrhea.
Okay, that's true. One more question: should our patient follow any diets when they are taking antibiotics or no? Olena Kachanova, what can you say?
Repeat one, please.
Do our patient or should our patient follow any diets while they are taking?
Unfortunately, I don't prescribe antibiotic often because our neurologist disease in the regular visits. I don't have patients with meningitis or acute encephalitis or other infection disease. But if we prescribe antibiotic, we have to prescribe diet too, because it's important to patient to have a right diet in this period. for prescribing antibiotic, and it important for the total state of patient in this period. I say about acute infection disease in neurologist practice. By in other situation, sore throat, pneumonia, bronchitis, and other situation, maybe it not be very strict, very strong diet, but maybe without any hard food.
Okay. And tell me, please, how many groups for how many groups can the antibiotics be divided? This question is for Natalia Moroz.
Antibiotics are divided into two groups, bactericides and bactericidal
and bacteriostatic.
Yes.
What's the difference between them?
Bactericidal and antibiotics, they don't kill bacteria. They less their metabolism in bacteria. They less the production of proteins in the cell, bacterial cell, but it was bacteriostatic, but bactericidal antibiotics, they killed the cell, and bacteria could not produce their different fluids, and they cannot even live.
The bacteria can't exist anymore because of the antibiotics. Okay, thank you. And tell me, please, where the antibiotics, when were the antibiotics invented? When were they invented? Кухарчук Христина.
We use invented antibiotics when is
No, invented – це коли їх винайшли, коли ними користувалися.
Antibiotic invented 1897 and in France. The first antibiotic was penicillinum, and
Okay, but what about ancient times, like Egyptians? You have this in the text, the second paragraph. You have the answer.
Thank you. Chinese, the accident in Chinese, over 2015 500 years ago. And ancient in Greeks and maybe Egyptian.
Egypt, ancient
Egypt.
Egyptians, Greeks, yes, they use molds and different plants. So, but you are right. It was firstly it was described in 1897. Okay, so thank you about this case, and now let's talk about this, the most the first antibiotic and the most popular one in previous centuries. So let's read it. This is for Tatiana Horina. Can you read this huge paragraph?
Yes, penicillin is
Sometimes they say just penicillin.
penicillin is used in the treatment of bacterial infections. It works by killing bacteria or preventing their growth. There are several different kinds of penicillins. Each is used to treat different kinds of bacterial infections. One kind of penicillin usually may not be used in place of another. Penicillins are used to treat bacterial infections in many different parts of the body, as they are sometimes given with other antibacterial medicines. Carbonicillin is used only to treat bacterial infections on the urinary tract and prostate gland. Penicillin G and penicillin V are also used to prevent staph infections in patients with a history of rheumatic heart disease. Piperacillin is given by infection to prevent bacterial infections before, during, and after surgery also. Some penicillins may also be used for other problems. However, none of the penicillin will work for colds, flu, or other viral infections. Penicillins, except some of them, are best taken with a full glass of water on an empty stomach, either 1 hour before or 2 hours after meals, unless otherwise directed by the doctor. To help clear up the infection completely, keep taking penicillin for the full time of treatment, even if you begin to feel better after a few days. If the patient has a staph infection, she should keep taking this medicine for at least 10 days. This is especially important in staph infections. Serious heart problems could develop later if the infection is not cleared up completely. Also, if a person stopped taking this medicine too soon, her symptoms may be returned. Along with its needed effects, a medicine may cause some unwanted effects. They are difficulty in breathing, skin rash or itching, abdominal or stomach pain, blood in urine, diarrhea, and joint pain. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. Thank you very much. So as you can see, this is the main information about penicillin and about some side effects of this antibiotic. So tell me, please, have you ever worked with this antibiotic? When do you usually prescribe this kind of the antibiotic, or when, or maybe when this penicillin, when it's a part of some antibiotics, like it is included? Довгаль Oksana, what can you say?
I use penicillin in strep infections in my patients. And also, as we have read, this antibiotic prevent rheumatic heart disease, because strep infection can cause some such moments, such disorder.
Okay, thank you. Natalia Moroz, what can you say about this?
I think penicillin is used rarely than in the last time, because there are a lot of new antibiotics, but I think it's very useful, because penicillin is has a wide широкий спектр дія, a wide
range.
a wide range. But penicillin is very useful for treating of streptococcal infection, different cocks infection, and that's all. And I think it's rarely used in my work.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and the antibiotics, it's like one of the drug classes. Do you know any other drug classes? Or no? Анастасія Запорожець.
I don't know what drug classes.
Okay, what about Anna?
Питання до мене?
Do you know any other drug classes?
Also we have pathogenetic treatment. You mean this or no?
Not at all.
Only in antibiotics, you mean?
No. Antibiotics is like one range of the drug classes. Do you know any other drug classes or no?
Yes, I know, but in Ukrainian.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you then. So now let's talk about general English, and a little bit later we'll speak about different drug classes, chemist shop, and so on. So what we are going to do, let's talk about some stereotypes. How can you explain the meaning of this word, stereotype? Mariana, do you have any ideas?
Can you repeat, please?
How can you explain the meaning of the word stereotype?
I don't know stereotype. What is
Стереотип.
Які я знаю...
No. Як ви можете пояснити англійською, що це таке?
Стереотип. Це про людину на увазі, так?
Прошу?
Це про особистість, про людину.
Ні, стереотипи. Тобто, жінка повинна завжди сидіти вдома і бути, хранительницею домашнього вогнища. Жінкам не місце в політиці, чоловіки сильніші за жінок і так далі.
The men have to earn money and the women have to do housework and do shopping and take care for children.
Okay, but you are right. Okay, you name stereotypes, but how can you explain what is that? Як ви можете пояснити, що це таке стереотип?
Ну, це стояла думка про якісь певні речі, які деякі вважають правильними, а деякі вважають неправильними. Я не знаю, як це сказати на англійській, я не можу це сказати поки що.
So this is like a belief or idea of what a particular type of a person or thing is like. And these stereotypes, they very often they are unfair or even untrue. There are different types of stereotypes like racial stereotypes, sexual, cultural, political, and many, many others. Now we are going to read some of these stereotypes and discuss what do you think? Is it true or like, oh, that's not true? What's your own opinion? So Ivanka, the first stereotype is for you.
Men make better bosses than a woman.
Women тільки, множина.
Women, sorry. I think this word is true for 50%, because when the colleague is a woman, they can understand more both women, both women. But when the colleague is man, when the colleague is man, they can understand both men.
Okay, I see. Next one, Mariana.
Men are women are more caring than men. I disagree because some men can be more caring than women. I will be say that women and men однаково для догляду.
They are the same in caring. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Olena Kachanova, next one.
Men are better as telling jokes than women. Maybe yes, true, but it depends on the kind of character person. I worked for a long time in the with colleagues with men colleagues, and they like to joke very often. So maybe I think that men like telling jokes maybe more often than women, because women maybe prefer to tell about fashion, about dress, about shopping, and other women things, maybe. But it's my opinion. Maybe I mistake. I ошибаюсь. I make
I mistake.
Maybe I mistake. It's my
It's your point of view, of course.
опыт.
It's my experience.
Yes, it's my experience of my life and of my work.
Okay, thanks a lot, Anna. Next one.
Окей. Вибачте, я не прослідкувала порядок. Men are better at navigation. Це речення?
Women talk more than men.
Okay, women talk more than men. I think it's not true because I have own example, because I'm that women that I rather be listen than talking. So I think that is not true.
Okay. Тетяна Горіна.
Yes, men are better at navigating than women. It's stereotype. I don't like stereotype because I think there are many men who has geographic cretinism and there are many women who has it. I have it. I don't like stereotype. I am good navigating, for example, and my husband good navigating. And I know people who have difficulty with this. I don't agree with sentence.
Okay, thanks a lot. Тетяна Касьяненко, next.
Women are worse at math than men. No, I'm not agree. And Ukrainian math professor had prize on math some months ago in American university. Now she learned Ukrainian students in university named Shevchenko. I think it's not true.
Okay, thank you. Ірина.
Men are more competitive than women. I don't agree.
Competitive.
Competitive. Компетентні, так?
Ні, не компетентні. Competitive – це трошки інше має значення.
I don't know what is it competitive.
Competitive означає конкурувати. Вони люблять більше конкурувати, ніж жінки.
So, okay, I agree with this. I think women are I agree with this. I don't know what to say.
Okay, then thank you for your answer. Next one, Довгаль Оксана.
Women panic more than men in stressful situations. I agree with this stereotype because women are more emotional persons. That's why I think it is true.
More emotional people or humans.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Next one. Олена Калініна.
Men are better at assembling IKEA furniture than women. Women, pardon. Тут мається на увазі, що вони краще збирають меблі IKEA.
Так.
I agree to same extent, but some men's not any представление о том, как это делать.
They have no idea how to do it?
No idea how do it, some of men. And this is maybe agree, but only in some point.
Okay, I see. Thank you, Анастасія Запорожець.
Women can multitask better than men. I think it's not. I disagree with this because men також як буде?
Also.
Also multitasks, but it's depends on the person.
It depends on the person. You are right. You are right here. Thanks. And today we start talking about articles, an, the, or zero article. So tell me, please, what do you know about article and when do we use it? Іванка.
Ми використовуємо артикль «en» перед злічуваними іменниками в однині.
Okay. Any other things?
Коли ми вперше згадуємо про якийсь об'єкт, річ.
Correct. Any others?
Якщо, наприклад, об'єкт не визначений, тобто не є конкретним, або не є одним своїм екземпляром, наприклад, the moon ми будемо казати, не a moon.
Ні, ми говоримо тільки en, тільки en, поки що не the.
Так, якщо це не визначений об'єкт, тобто це щось, що є всюди, і ми не говоримо про щось конкретне. Тому ми використовуємо e або n.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, first of all, yes, you are right. We use an before singular countable nouns. Also, when we talk about something or somebody for the first time, we can use an when you make some exclamations like, what a beautiful day, what a terrible event, what a nice weekend, what a, in these exclamations. In some expressions of frequency, you can use article an, and also all the time you will use article an before professions all the time. We use this article. What about article the? What can you say?
Я перепрошую, не почула це питання знову до мене, чи ні?
Article the. Що ви знаєте про артикль the?
Наприклад, коли ми говоримо про щось конкретне або те, що ми бачимо, і ми з співрозмовником це обговорюємо, то ми будемо використовувати артикль the, наприклад. Або якщо ця річ є одна в цьому світі, Земля, Луна, такого плану щось. Або, наприклад, про конкретну країну, Так само вони існують в одному екземплярі, тому тільки артикль «the» використовується в даному випадку.
Єдина в своєму роді. Добре, що ще?
Ще ми проходили ступені порівняння, і, наприклад, the worst, the best, то також будемо використовувати артикль «the».
Угу. Ще якісь є ідеї в когось?
Те, що згадувалось уже, можливо, згадувалось попередньо в розмові, то також потім використовується «the».
Так, yes, you're right. So that's true. We use it when we mention something for the second time. For example, this is a book. The book is very interesting. So firstly, it's like for the first time, yes, this is a book. And second sentence, we mention it one more time. The book is interesting. Also, as Anna said, we use article the when we speak about some objects that are unique and only one, like the sun, the sky, the moon, and so on and so forth. Also, we use it with the superlative degrees of comparison and with the ordinal numbers, the first, the second, the 25th, the 10th, and so on and so forth. Also, we have some other interesting facts about using articles with names, with the names and with the proper names. For example, can we use it with the rivers? Can we use it with the name of the countries or towns? We will speak about it next time. Today, just general information. And about no article. So we use zero article, first of all, when we speak about some general things. I like books. I love food. I love, I don't know, roses. With such kinds of words like home, school, work, especially when we want to say, I go home, I go to school, I go from school, or in these cases, before days of the week, before months, before meals, and before such time expression like next year, last year, next, last, and then day, week, months, Sunday, Tuesday. So we use no article. That's some general information and facts. On Wednesday, we will speak about proper names and articles the or zero article. And now let's do some exercises. You have exercise A and you have 3 minutes for that task. You need to choose the correct form, the correct article, a, the, or zero article. And we will check them. You have 3-4 minutes. You do it individually. Okay, so let's check. Let's start from Христина Кухарчук.
Jess is a nurse in a hospital. The hospital is a long way from her house.
Well done.
Next answer.
No. Number 1, it's okay. You are right. Thank you. Irina, number 2.
What a horrible day. We'll have to eat our picnic in a car.
In the car.
In
The car.
In the car, because we have place where in the car. In some exact car, в якійсь конкретній машині.
Okay, I think it's the first using a car.
No. Okay, then Тетяна Горіна.
Yes, my wife likes love stories, but I prefer war films.
Thank you. It's some general facts. Number 4, Оксана Довгаль.
Number 4, we go to the theater about once a month.
Once a month. Good. Thank you. Тетяна Костюк.
I am having dinner with some friends the next Friday.
No, next Friday. We can't use
Friday.
the. Ми не використовуємо артикль the перед словом next і ще й Friday. Наталія Мороз.
My boyfriend is a chef. I think he is the best cook in the world.
Correct. Thank you. Тетяна Касьяненко.
I'm not sure if I closed the windows before I left the home this morning.
The windows. If I close the windows, if I left home this morning.
Home without the.
Sorry?
Home without the.
Without, of course, without. Just home, left home. Okay, number 8, Mariana.
In general, I like dogs, but I don't like the dogs that live next door to me.
Next door to me. Okay, number 9. Анастасія Запорожець.
I go to school late every day the last week. Or last week. That's
Last week. Okay. And the last one, Олена Качанова.
I think happiness is more important than money.
Because it's general.
General, without the happiness and money.
Okay, thank you very much. So for the next time, you are going to learn about articles and do exercise B. And also I send you some online exercising. I try to send. Find something interesting. And also you are going to listen a program about children and stereotypes. And what was the surprising about dressing children in pink or blue? You should listen and then choose the correct answer, A, B, or C. So that is your homework. I see you on Wednesday. Wish you to have nice and peaceful evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good
Thank you.
evening too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.